Lovely. I am Nora Zimmerman, and I am a soul branding and website designer, and I work with business owners, fully reflecting the soul mission and the essence of that thing that they do onto the online presence. And it's something I'm really passionate about. I've been doing it for quite some time. And I'm here to be of service for you today. So if it's okay with you, are you happy to do a short meditation to bring us into the space? And we begin by closing our eyes. So just allowing yourself to arrive here in this moment. And just feeling your energy dropping away from the head towards the body. You can also use your hands if you wish. Your breath. I'm just kind of sweeping my hands down from the head towards my body. Settling on your seat. Maybe shuffle a little bit if you need to. Just allowing this arrival right now, taking your seat in your business on this call. Now I want you to connect into that thing that you do when you are with clients. Whether you're very experienced or whether you are just beginning. Just feel into that thing you do. You may not have exact words, but there's a feeling, there's an energy about it. You can use your hands also to feel into this in your body. I'm placing one hand on my heart, one hand on my belly. And just being patient as well with yourself. That thing that you do when it feels that it's in the flow. It doesn't feel like you're working. Clients are happy, whether it's one-to-one, a group, online, in person. Simply tuning to that vibration of that flow that happens with you, your work and your clients. The recipients of your gift of service. And I want you to lock in that energy in your body. Maybe give it space with the breath, expanding it inside of you. And a little bit more. And the invitation is to stay there, rooted in there for this workshop. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Welcome, welcome, Amanda. Hello. So, anyone wants to share anything, or we can dive straight in if there's anything there. Please put it in the chat. Any insights? Okay, we're going to dive in. Were you going to write something, Katrin? Yes, please do. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Wow, so many qualifications. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I am going to run through this workshop. Can everybody see my screen? Excellent, thank you. So today I want to talk about website energetics and how to activate your online presence in a way that is aligned, in a way that is fully reflecting what you do and fully reflecting what you don't do, actually. So it feels that the people that are going to come to your online presence, being your website, your social media, any touch point that prospective customers can meet you and your services is in alignment with what you do. So your website is the online home of your business. I know it sounds really obvious. Of course it is. And the thing that we forget sometimes is that we get quite tangled up in getting the website right and getting the words right and what do I need to say, la, la, la. And it just can become a bit of a mountain when actually, if you think of it as your online home for your business, it's quite logical and quite intuitive what you need to be doing. So the first thing you do if someone comes to your home or to your practice is you say hi and welcome them, right? And you tell them, you know, maybe take your coat off or how lovely you look. There's like a small introduction and a greeting there that happens. And then you begin to direct them as to what they want to do. Maybe you offer them a tea and then you say, let's settle in here. Okay, so that's pretty much what a website needs to do. It's the same thing. So what we're doing on the website is we're replicating your in-person experience, literally. If you've done what you do in person before, some people go straight online, you know, they haven't worked in person. But if you have had this experience of working with clients in person, what we're doing with your online presence and your website is replicating that experience. It needs to feel the same. We're welcoming visitors, we're guiding them in the same way as if they were coming to your practice. So that is something really important because you don't want to have a website experience that is completely discordant with what happens in reality. So you want those two things to be fairly congruent. Of course, you know, for my website, I am going to put my makeup and I am going to perhaps dress up and, you know, we're going to pose and intentionally communicate something with the images and the words. But that needs to also orient people in the feeling of what happens when you are working with them directly. There's an atmosphere to the website that has to be very similar to that atmosphere of working with you. Now, I always feel a website is a holographic matrix of your soul business. So again, like what we were saying, is like we are translating these kind of holographic experience of being with you, this DNA onto the online presence. And this is something that doesn't happen overnight. It's something that as you tune in, you begin to learn how to do it. And there's two things that happen. Your website is both a business tool. Of course, you want people to book your services, you want people to buy your products, but also it's an energy field, okay? And these are the two things that we are weaving when you are creating a website. There's the layer of the strategy, there's the layer of the energy of the website, and there's also the layer of you holding the journey. That is really important. On your website, just like in person, you are in charge. Not that you're going to be bossing them around, but you are guiding them, you are inviting them to do things. So if your main thing is to guide people to book a call with you, have a chat, and then book your services before they actually buy anything, because you maybe need to qualify them or whatever, there might be a host of reasons, then that is all you need to do. You need to guide them to slowly get to book that call. You need to guide them to slowly buy that thing that is going to meet their needs. So your website is a portal into your world. And this is something that you can actually visualize. This is something that you can actually use your imagination to feel, okay, what's my world like when I am with my clients? What does it feel like? You know, the world of every single person offering services is completely different. You know, my world is a little bit mysticky. I'm fairly passionate and kind of straight to the point when I work with my clients. So some other people's worlds might be a little bit more exclusive. They might be more, you know, like a prestige, luxurious experience. Some other people might offer an experience that is really relaxing. You know, and when people arrive, it's just like, people literally drop the tension. So this is the thing or the things that you can begin to understand about your world, your website, your atmosphere. They're all the same thing. And these are the things that are going to actually engage people or actually disengage them, which is what you want. You only want people that are really the right match for you, and the ones that are not the right match for you, you want them to go somewhere else because someone else will definitely serve them better. So for most visitors, and when you're doing a website, this is very important. Your homepage is for the first timers. Your homepage is for the people that have not met you before. Okay, your ongoing clients or your previous clients, they are either going to contact you directly, they are going to know where they need to be. So the homepage is your first point of contact, is like your shop window. People walk in, you know, if it was a physical shop, you know what you would do. You would go and say hello, you'd like to help them, you will not be super intrusive either, you know, you just kind of see, you know, where they are at and how you can help them. So this is the same thing. So your website works on two levels, like I said before. There's an energetic connection with the visitors, and there is practical support for your business. So your website, like I said, all the energetic connection just now, but also you want the website to perform fairly good tasks. So people can book appointments, people can book packages, people can join you on calls, and also people can get a flavor of who you are, pre-qualify themselves. And that's really, really important. If they see and that this is something that they want to do, they will probably go in and read a little bit more. They might go to the about page. In my case, they probably will go to my portfolio page. So once people have engaged, they will begin to go a little bit deeper onto the website. And when they begin to go deeper into the website, they are kind of pre-qualifying themselves. They are warming themselves up to work with you or to get to know you. So when you go to a call with them, there is already some kind of familiarity. I get a lot of people that come to me that I've never met before. They come on the call and they know everything about me. That is because my website is doing the job. It's not because I am 1,000 hours on social media or because I send 3 emails a week. Yes, we can do that as well. But there's something about your website that can activate that connection, that warming up without being, for no better word, without justifying yourself, without over-explaining things, because there's a kind of a fine line. You want to invite and, give information, practical information and, feely type information, but also you don't want to kind of make it like a dumping ground of all your thoughts, of all your, things that go on, and you channel and services. So it's just a fine line of having it be simple, be congruent and inviting. Is it making sense so far? Yes. Can I have some comments on the chat to just see where you're at? Is it making sense? Have you got any questions? I don't know if I can see the chat. Okay. Oh, there. I can see it now. Yeah, all making sense. Lovely. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now I want you to imagine what happens when all good, making sense. Lovely. Thank you. So I want you to imagine what happens when customers land on your website. And it's almost like you need to put yourself in their shoes. So are you okay, Amanda, if I just use you as an example because I know your website? Yes, thank you. Okay. So for example, Amanda is a therapist, is a soul therapist. And if people are going to come to her website, I'm going to put myself in her shoes. I've also been her client, so this is great, And if I'm going to come to Amanda, I'll be fairly broken, perhaps, or I'll be like, there'll be burning questions, or I'll need healing with something. So in a way, my energy is going to be either a little bit foggy, it's going to be a little bit worried, or my energy will be, I'll be like, I don't know what's going on. I just need some answers, perhaps, right? So this is something really important, again, that you do. You tune into where your clients are at. If someone is going to go to a kinesiology practitioner, they're likely going to have physical issues. Most likely they're going to be in pain. Most likely they're going to have ongoing problems that they couldn't resolve before. And then finally, they're landing at the kinesiologist table. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So important to know what brings them to your website. Why? Because you are serving them. The website is serving them. The website is not only about you and your business. The website is about their needs, their longings, their desires, their problems, where they are at. So this is something that you can begin to do when you are writing your copy, when you are constructing your services, so that they can feel met and they can feel like a resonance that this is something that they've been looking for. So your website needs to become a practical support for your business. So it is a support and sale tool, just like we said before. You're going to have perhaps, a call to action or 2 calls to actions. Again, you don't want to offer 1 million calls to action because it becomes confusing. You might want to have a buy section. If they can buy, whatever it is you're offering straight off the bat, they pay, they book, they buy, done. That is really important because, all of that admin you don't do. You set it up. Yes, it takes time to set up. But once they've done all the booking, the payment, all you do is you receive a notification email that someone, purchased this product, book this session, and then you just turn up, which is your zone of genius. Your zone of genius is very likely not the admin of the website. So then it also magnetizes the right customers. And this is what we were saying before. You want the website to reject the people that are not meant to be working with you. Really important. Don't be afraid of niching. Don't be afraid of narrowing your target audience. And that way you're going to really begin to be clear who you want to work with. And these people are going to know that. The ones that are not destined, for you, they're going to know that too. Like I said before, it pre-qualifies your customers, it warms them up, it helps them make the decision. So, when they come on a call with you, they're going to be already, yes, I want to buy, or I want to check this person out, but I'm very likely going to buy. Okay. And then it can guide your customers onto your sales funnels, which is basically what I was explaining before. They can book. This is a very simple sales funnel. It's book the appointment, pay, turn up. They get all the notifications email with a Zoom link or with a physical address. Or your funnel can compose, it might have a lead magnet, a masterclass, and then from there, you up level and offer other things. There's different ways of, stepping your customers through your little milestones to get to buy from you or to get to connect with you. Whichever way, this is something really practical that the website needs to do for you, literally. So, what is the toolkit of a sold aligned website? So the basic elements are the vibe, my English, and the visual fill, the tone of voice, the strategy, and the functionality. So the vibe and the visual fill is, everything and anything that is colors, intentionally created and curated images, not just quickly chosen because it's free. The tone of voice, those are your words, your soul words. So even if you don't speak the language that you've got your website on, even if you don't speak that language perfectly, it doesn't matter. It is your tone of voice. If the website is written in perfect grammar and then when they meet you, you don't do the perfect grammar, there's a discordant, there's a disconnect already. So you want your tone of voice on that website too. There's obviously the strategy, which is something you think about. You go, okay, what are the best steps that I want my customers, prospective customers, to take to get to where I want them to get to meet my goals, basically. And then there's the functionality. The website needs to feel like it's not complicated. How many times have you been to websites that you go, okay, I want to buy this, or I want to contact this person, and there's no way to contact them, or it's complicated, you can't find it, or it kind of goes onto a 404 page. So this sounds obvious as well, but again, it's like housekeeping. You need to make sure that the experience is super smooth, that they don't encounter any kind of little roadblocks that are going to set them back, basically. So soul brand alignment is basically it's what I do. It's my method, it's the way I work, it's part, the core part of my process. And it's a way of realigning your business with the truth of your mission of service. So you can really begin to communicate from this essence, from this truth, from this core soul thing that runs in your business. So I'm going to, if you want to learn more, you can dive into my masterclass, which is on my website, and there's more exercises and like this that we did at the beginning. And this is the address, norazimmerman.com/masterclass. I'll post it in the chat. So, thank you. Thank you for being here. Any questions? How is it going? How is it all landing? You can unmute yourself and just go. No need to go on the chat.
I just wanted to say that it really resonates what you're saying, because there's been so many times when, you know, you have an idea, you go onto the website and then it feels like there's a mismatch. But I still have a little bit of a difficulties to see like what is the process, how to get there, you see. But I'm sure that you will you will get there.
You have a website?
I know, I don't have one because I did a mistake earlier. When I used to have a career in financial world, and then I thought I was going to do interior design, and I did the website, I did the business cards, I did everything, and I had my first clients. I was like, no, I can't do this. This is crazy. This is not what I want to do. So I learned from that mistake, and I thought, okay, now I'm going to focus on my practicing, getting clients here, you know, doing that. So I have not even had a thought of, I'm not going to do the same mistake again, just doing the website and all of that. I don't know, was it a form of procrastination perhaps? I don't know. But so now I feel this is really important, what you're saying, that it has to align with what it is that you want to communicate. So yeah.
Yeah, very good. And you're ready when you're ready. You know, there is no need. Usually when people are ripe to, you know, step onto their online presence, there is some momentum happening. You know, there's either like, I'm fed up, I need to do this because I'm tired of emailing people, I'm tired of, you know, there's something usually happening, or they have a website and they just go, it's creeping me out, these websites. I can't even see, you know, myself there anymore. It's embarrassing to send people to the website. So there's always going to be like something, a certain momentum in you, you know, that is going to guide you to, you know, do the website. So, and it's also good, you know, to have the awareness of the procrastination as well. Yes. Thank you. Who here has a website and feels, you know, that there's some issues with it and wants to talk it through?
I just wanted to say, obviously, I do have a website. But I want to say that I really resonated with what you were saying about how the website guides the right people to you, because by people going on the website and reading about you, seeing you and connecting with you there, it filters out a lot of the work that you have to do. Because I'm also finding that of late, that when I'm getting people that are referred to me, which is great, but when they're coming via a phone call and they don't know me at all, I've got to do a lot of work in order to introduce myself, what it is I'm doing, and also to connect with them and what it is. So rather than doing like a 15-minute, say, check-in call that I offer for free, I'm spending quite a long time making that connection, or people feeling safe with me in order to tell the story that they need to tell me, so that I can get the information that I need to know if I can work with them. You know, so, and that happened literally as well just yesterday, and that can happen because I get quite a lot of people through calls. So it's almost like I was thinking yesterday, you know, maybe I should really just guide people to the website first, or when people say, I have somebody that I want to put in contact with you, can I just give them your number? I'm thinking, maybe you need to give them my website, let them see who I am, what it is I do, and see if there's that connection there. So that is massively important. And in fact, I was just going over that in my head yesterday. So yeah, it filters out a lot.
Yes. Yeah, I would say that. Yes, I would totally suggest that they go to the website. I had that same problem a few times, and my phone number is not anywhere on my website either.
Yeah, I don't have mine on there.
Although, I can literally feel people on phone calls. It's better for me to see them. I'm more of a visual person.
Yeah.
So, when they come to a call, they've been through my website. They also filled in a form, and the way they feel
right.
tells you a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Form, don't you?
Yeah. Me. Yeah. They have to fill in a form.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That way, I mean, this is something, again, is taking ownership of your systems. If someone wants to kind of bypass your system, which is 1, 2, 3, fill in the form, book a time, let's talk. It's very simple. It's not complicated. If someone is going like, oh no, but I've already know a lot about you. Can we please talk? That's a red flag already. Okay. Or someone that emails you directly. Your email is, if you have a process, if you have a system for how you want to do your, what I call onboarding or intaking or just a sales call, if someone is bypassing that system, you might want to pay attention. It might be that they're super stressed. It just depends where they are at. But you need to bear that in mind. Do I want to work with this person that is already, not following the steps that I prefer? Because the way you work is the way you kind of most relax. So if I am relaxed, I'm going to be of service to people. Okay, so one of the things I ask before working with me is, are you comfortable online? Are you comfortable going to Google Docs? Are you happy, to, upload things on Dropbox? Some people say, I hate technology. So that's not a good match, because I used to work online before, all these happened. I used to work online since about 5 years ago. So a lot of people were technophobes. They literally were like, no. So I was like, well, it's not going to work. I'm not going to meet you in person to do this process. So again, if you have a step, if you're qualifying people to come to your clinic and they are refusing to do some of the things you want them to do, filling in forms, disclaimers, whatever it is for the thing that you do, or even signing a contract, then it's important, and that, you bear that in mind. And the website is there to do that for you. The website is like your, is like your guardian type thing, and your partner, and your, administrator. So it's just there to do a lot of those tasks. So yeah, thanks, Amanda, for bringing that up. It's super important. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Kim.
I had an interesting experience, website related, yesterday. I do, in addition to my private practice, I do some mediation work for government. And that email signature has no reference to my website, my business. It's just, I'm like a government employee. So I was on an intake call yesterday with a woman, and at the end I said, do you want to learn anything about me? Oh no, I've been to your website.
Wow.
So she had searched my name. And it's like, so, I mean, yeah, it really is. And that's the nature of so many people today. And I really liked, I'd never before thought of it as my website is my storefront.
Totally. Yes, it's like a shop window. Yeah. And you've got some amazing photos. So I would use them to communicate your vibe. Your vibe is, yes, I'm a lawyer, yes, I'm a mediator, but I'm super friendly at the same time.
Yeah.
So things need to be coming across on the website. They can just be there to really get those people to feel, you know, how you work. So yeah, I would actually, now that we're talking, I would use more of those photos.
And I think I'm going to create a shop page.
What's
And
that?
actually describe, if you want to work with me as a mediator, here's the process.
Mm.
And that will save lots of time, like what Amanda was saying, you know, the people who don't know the process.
Yes.
And don't know, it's like, just so it's there.
Yes. If you had that question asked many times, time to put it on the website. That's what I always say. When a question comes up a lot, either on the intake calls or on a sales call, or a question that comes up a lot, even if you are already working with people, that means it hasn't been clarified at the start, or it needs to be part of your FAQs, or it needs to be part of the description service. And it's very easy to think it through, because when the question comes up again, you'll probably be annoyed and you'll go, bam, I've replied to this question so many times. The classic one for me was like, are you a developer? No, I'm not. I'm a designer, but I work with developers. So, you know, and then there were other things, you know, what's included, what's not included. What I do is different. You know, there's like a set of deliverables. But you could say there's a set of deliverables for all of you. You know, if you do sessions, you know, does it include email exchange after, you know, my sessions? Can I contact you if I have any questions? You know, like you can say, you know, it includes email support for 2 weeks, or you can, you know, I think Amanda, you offer, you know, another call, you know, to check in when they buy a package, you know, so there's checking in calls in between the sessions when they buy a package. So it's good to kind of, you know, frame the picture of what they're going to get and not just do it ad hoc, you know, so people really feel like, oh, this is a, you know, I'm buying, you know, it's like an experience rather than just, you know, a fix. So it's also important to move away from, you know, a lot of you that do these either healing practices or restorative practices. It's good to communicate it as something that feels good, you know, an experience that feels that people want to dive in rather than just fix me. It's moving away. Your mindset needs to move away from I'm fixing you, from I am providing you with an experience, but it is also your responsibility here to step into this with me. And it is in the way you phrase it, basically. Thanks, Kim. Any more comments or questions?
I have another question actually, but I don't know if you're going to touch on this later on. It's about the domain name.
Yes.
So I find this very difficult because it seems like every single domain name is taken. And how important do you think it is to get that one right? Because if you want to, you know, I've heard before, you have to have a .com, and, you know, like nowadays, even if it's nothing on that domain name says, oh, you can buy this domain for £6,000 or whatever, you know, how to go about this part?
Maybe a frequently asked question about this. I get this question a lot. Oh, thank you. So I'm not a specialist on naming, and I am not a fan of collecting domain names. Okay. Having said that, I mean, if you want a specialist on naming, Amanda is your person. She does soul contract reading, and she does naming, you know, things correctly with the correct numbers that are going to attract the right people. That was a small diversion. So my logic, my very simple logic is, if I'm going to try and find someone, what am I going to Google? What do you think I'm going to Google if I'm trying to find you, Karin?
Well, I mean, I don't know. My name, kinesiology. Yeah.
Your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll be Googling obvious words, either your name, the word kinesiology, the word, I've got pain in my back. How can I fix myself? It's all to do with Google. It's nothing to do with anything else,
Oh, yeah.
firstly. Secondly, you can have a name that is really attractive, that is really like, oh my God, this is so inspiring. So you can have names that are super inviting, inspiring. Like we have, one of the participants at the group program now. She's got this beautiful name, which she came to now, which is the alignment keys. I mean, like, oh my God, that's like, wow, that's a really good name. But it took her some time to get there, and it took her some iterations. Do I put my name? Do I take my name off? Do I call it this? It's a process in itself. For some people, it's really easy. For me, because I am very practical, although, I like these things, naming, I just call myself Nora Zimmerman. It's like, I can't even think of anything else. For a little while, when I first began to work here in England, I had this name called Smile Design, which was fantastic. And my ex-husband was so excited about it. He wanted me to keep it. It was just such a bingo, and we kept renewing the domain name. And he was like, well, I don't want it. I don't want to collect this stuff. It's like, it was kind of I felt cluttered. Yes, it was a really good name. And then, it probably sold for millions later on. But it's just not the focus of what you're doing. Your focus is being with your clients. Your focus is, doing a good job and having a good website that performs well for you and for them. Yes, of course, have a good name. Yes, of course, have some search engine optimization at some point, do the SEO. But I wouldn't put an awful lot of importance on it unless it is something that really, really resonates with you. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it absolutely does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions, comments, feelings?
Sorry, can I just ask as well? Can I just add as well? I mean, obviously, I know names and and domains and that, but like, would you really? I wouldn't spend $6,000 on a name.
No, exactly. I completely agree with you. But you know how it is when you're like, oh, I found this name. It sounds so good, because I was hesitating to use my own name because it's a bit complicated. I don't know. And then I saw, oh my goodness, it's 6,000. I mean, I'm never going to spend that much money, but it seems that other people are like taking those names that can be good and not doing anything with them just to make money. Then when they
and
sell
then
it,
they want to sell it on, wouldn't buy it.
No, me neither. No.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for the kind of businesses that you are running, from what I've seen, you are a human kind of based business. You're not running a corporation. Yes, of course, you want everything to work well, but again, it's just taking the pressure off all these kind of I should be doing these marketing tactics. I should be doing this. I should be doing that. People say I should be bring the focus back to yourself. Just stay present, align with the soul of your brand, stay there, and just, begin to make decisions from there, not from here. Begin to tune in here in your body. A lot of you do this anyway. This is what you do. It's just that for becoming a business owner or being a business owner, we just get a little bit like tricked by the mind. Come back to the body, come back to here, and all those answers are going to be super clear, super easy, even if they feel a little bit counterintuitive. Just stay with them, don't dismiss them. Does that make sense?
That is so beautiful. Coming back to center, I think, because I can start, you know, the horses go riding off in all these directions, and then I get lost or confused or critical or just start stumbling and lose the momentum. So then just by coming back, and I love how you said, and align with the soul of your business, I think you said, like get into that energy, like the meditation that we did at the beginning, then you can really just feel that, and it's expansive for each of us because we're connecting with what we do. So all of this is just such a beautiful gift. So thank you for sharing. And I love one of the first points you made on seeing the website as welcoming people into your home, and like how you meet them and greet them and what you do, and creating that online, that same vibe. So that really simplifies it for me anyways, or helps a lot. I think the domain name, for the last few days, I have been very mental about it because I just purchased a domain name, and then I start like backpedaling and criticizing myself on what it was, and then even the name of anyways, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to realize it can change as well, or evolve. Like the process, I feel like it's never going to quite be perfect because we're always changing. So the website eventually will change too. We just have to put something out there, I feel, and like show up. And then it's okay. It can change in 6 months' time, or the next year when we have to update the domain name or pay our fee. Otherwise, I wouldn't. It's been years and I still haven't got there.
Fantastic. This is just so good. Thank you, Rachel, for naming it all. Yes, 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 yes to all of that. Yes. So this is part of your evolution. You know, being online is part of your evolution. I mean, there's so many people that create websites, and some websites, you know, if you have been in business for a while, you have like a good idea of where you want to be. And so that website is there and you move forward towards that website. So you understand the vision that you have and the website moves you forward. Yeah, that is kind of the positioning. But for some people that haven't done that process before, they just go like, okay, that's the first step, website first. That's it. Yes, I have a vision, but it's not super long term. So that website may last you, 2 years, like Rachel was saying, 6 months, if you have, a lot of evolution going on in you and what you offer. But even then, a well-structured website, a website that is well designed, it will allow for you to make changes. It will allow for you to evolve it, because the essence is going to be there. The essence doesn't quite, get changed completely. The essence is there. It's just like a thread that runs through it. It's more the services, maybe the naming, maybe even the photos, but upgrades can be done to something that is well done. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I love how you just explained that focus, that if we have the vision, even if it's not in this moment, but we're heading, there's a momentum towards that. And there's nothing wrong with creating that space, because you will move towards it. I think that's my own personal struggle with just being that, or trusting that, or knowing that, and just a self battle.
Yes, but the website usually gives clients that confidence. So like, I am saying that I am that. If I am saying that this is what I do, if I am saying that those are my prices, I am there. Okay? You are creating the timeline where you want to be. You're not in, it's almost like you're not these kind of, kind of not knowing person. The website supports you in that journey to become, is a becoming,
Right, because you said the website, which I also wrote, I've been madly guardian, partner, and administration becomes the website. I love that. So all those, yeah, that was good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Any more questions? Any hot burning practical things? Okay. So if you're interested in working together, my group program is beginning again in January 2022. It's a small group program. We come together on Zoom. We dive deep into the soul of your brand. You do some homework, some exercises. My stylist comes and supports you with your photography. You plan all the images. It's all super intentional, super focused, and yet there's space to explore and expand, you know, and to actually find that soul essence. So it's a real container for birthing, you know, this website and this online presence that, you know, is going to be all of that for you and for your business and for your clients. So if you're interested in learning more, you can message me, go to my website. I'm going to put the link there if I can find it. And just, you know, there's obviously a form that you fill in for us to have the call, a clarity call. Clarity call is always potent. It's, I've just put the link on the chat. It's always transformational. So if you are, you know, considering and serious about doing your website, you know, do let me know, and we can have a chat about it, a clarity call. Okay, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate your presence, your comments, and I would love to hear how you get on. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nora. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Nora. That was great.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.